Hello, hello, and welcome to my Black Friday sale search. Yeah. So the plan for today is pretty straightforward. So on the screen, you've got a spreadsheet you can see, and these are the key things that I'm going to be looking for, a little more focused than my previous sale video that I did a while back, where we just kind of looked for random geeky stuff that went on sale on whatever bloody day that was some time ago. I don't know, 2020 has been really fracking long. So I don't remember when I did this before. Anyway, so what we've got here, we've got the top 10 board games as rated by BoardGameGeeks.com. So Gloomhaven, Pandemic Legacy Season 1, which I think is just crazy that that's the number 2 game right now during a pandemic. I would have honestly been more inclined to think it would be, I don't know, Season 2 is probably better, actually. Season 1's not bad. But anyway, Pandemic Legacy Season 1, Brass Birmingham, which I have not played, Terraforming Mars, honestly, an amazing game, has some real legs to be up here this long still, given its relative newness. I mean, Brass Birmingham, that's new, so the new hotness is always up here. Anyway, Twilight Imperium 4th Edition, been invited to play that, haven't played it. Through the Ages, a new story of civilization. I believe that's a remake of Through the Ages originally. Gaia Project, another game that I should probably add to my list to try. Star Wars Rebellion. Again, one of those kind of like, wow, that's a weird game to be on here. And Great Western Trail, which my friend Jess has highly recommended. I believe her and her husband have left that almost permanently set up on their dining room table. But anyway, you can also see that I've got 2 columns there, and those were the prices I found them at prior to Black Friday. So, and I am listing the prices that I found on a US site, and the Canadian prices are all from the same site. So, because I'm in Canada, for those who do not know, I tend to try to find like small retailers to frequent. And I used to buy all my gaming and geek supplies at a little shop about 12 minutes from my house. But unfortunately, they are no longer there. Due to a fire back in April. So I found a new place, and it is 401 Games, and they're out of Ontario. And the main reason that I go that far afield, because I'm in British Columbia, is because they have an online inventory. And during the pandemic, for me, at least, it's been critical that I can take a look at what they've got online. So if any of our local gaming retailers come across us and say, hey, why isn't Jason buying stuff at my place? Put your inventory online. Let me go online, pick it, do curbside pickup without having to call you, because frankly, I'm not a caller. I'm a web looker. I'm a lurker. I'm a dude who sits in his somewhat dark room and decides what games he's going to buy. So yeah, put your inventory online. It's 20 freaking 20. If you want more business, put it online. That's that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some prices of these games. We're going to take a look both at where I found the original prices, as well as a couple of other shops that I have found over the last couple weeks, because I also am a creature of habit. So once I find a place, I'm unlikely to go looking elsewhere, especially if I think they've got good prices. So I'll point out right now, like if we look here, Great Western Trail in the US, which I believe this was an Amazon reseller, was selling for $119 US. 401 Games was selling it for 70 Canadian rubles. So not only is the price lower than the US price, it's like realistically, that's like $50 lower by the time you account for exchange. Well, it's already $50 lower. It's like half price by the time you account for exchange. So for you Canadians out there who are like, oh, I can only get the best prices when I shop in the US. Yeah, that's actually not true. If you do a little digging, do a little research, you can support Canadian companies and get a great price. And you'll notice that this is not Amazon. Now, well, and if you're looking up top and you say, oh wow, Jason, your browser tabs, you've clearly are going to Amazon. Yep, we're going to go to Amazon because for some people, that's just going to be, they're more comfortable. So we're going to take a look at some of those prices. But ultimately, in the description of the video below, once this is all done, I will compile the prices and the locations that I got the best prices on today. And of course, I can't guarantee these prices are going to be good beyond Monday. So I'm filming this live, whatever, November 27th. It is 8:30 in the morning. This is still preamble stuff because I mean, I didn't say I was starting till 8:35. So we'll do some of the live stuff, and you know, the live looking will start in about 5 minutes. But anyway, so we're gonna get these games. We're gonna find the best prices, and then we're gonna go on to some other geek stuff. So we're gonna look at some accessories. So I'm a big fan of box organizers. I've been a huge fan of Broken Token. There's also Folded Space, which makes some nice things. Although I find that they're less expandable friendly. And then we'll look at also some role-playing stuff. So I've got here listed, my plan is to look for the Players Handbook, Monsters Manual, and Dungeon Master's Guide for D&D 5th edition, which is my jelly right now. And I'm also going to put up Pathfinder because I know there's a lot of people who like doing math and calculating tons and tons of bonuses. And to be fair, like if you are the type of player who loves getting something cool every level, or every other level, you're going to get feats and stuff, Pathfinder, that's where you go. Like that's just what it is. We joke, especially amongst my crew, we call it Math Finder because there's always another bonus that you can add. But that's fine. Like seriously. Just play socially responsible, you know, play online, use tools like Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds, play whatever, like just make crap up in your heads while you're playing. You know, it's a great way to socialize with people at a distance safely right now. And then we're going to look at some tabletop stuff. So I've got here the 40K Command Edition and Age of Sigmar Soul Wars. So these are not necessarily the recommended retail prices from Games Workshop. So we'll take a look at this price, which again came from 401 Games. All of these prices here in this Canadian column, I don't want to say I was lazy, but that was part of it. So I got the prices from 401 Games for these items, and we'll see what the prices are available at various retails. I know, for instance, the Star Wars Legion core set can be had for about $20 less from Amazon. It's been on my wish list for a while. I have it. It's like right here. And it's already assembled and primed. And at some point, I'll actually get to painting it. And my goal is to actually stream that at some point. But it's really hard during a pandemic sometimes to find the energy to do these things. Anyway, what we are going to do now is actually get into it. So we're going to take a look at those things, and then we're going to finish off by taking a quick look at the Steam Autumn Sale. It's just going to be a quick look, see what the sales are like, following my usual guidelines of looking at your wish list as a starting point. Don't like go searching for all those things. It's like, you know, well, that don't go chasing waterfalls, don't go chasing Steam sales. That's a surefire way to empty your wallet. Stick to the rivers and the lakes on your wish list. Yeah. All right. So let's start by looking at let's try to find these games, the best US prices. Now I found actually this cool website, boardgameprices.com, because of course geeks are always looking at ways to spend less money to get their geeky things. So I'm just going to pop my shopping list over here. Oops. So I can easily adjust it. All right. So we are going to do some quick searching. Now, this is not deliberately or specifically tied to the other one, so we're going to have to grab some prices by searching. So let's start with the Gloomhaven. Arguably, like, for the longest time, one of the top board games. So we currently can get it from Noble Knight Games for $103. 103. And Noble Knight Games. Let's visit the store. There we go. $103. That's not new though. See, this is the cheeky bit. This is what we have to be aware of, right? So this is $103 for a used copy. Now, it doesn't indicate anything in here that this is a used copy of the game. So that's kind of bunk. So right now on Amazon, which we can guarantee is new, is $118. So if I go back to Noble Knight, their brand new price, new mint condition, is $125, which means, let's see, Card House is $119. Let's check this one out. Card House, maximum purchase, 1 limit. There we go. They do seem to have them in stock. So this would be your best price. No, actually Amazon is still beating it. So let's see if Amazon actually has it in stock. Seems in stock. You get prime shipping. And of course, we've got Honey engaged. It doesn't help us on the board game sites as much, but we can say that the best price we are finding for this is Amazon, and we are saving a whopping $2. Wow. Look at that screaming Black Friday sale. All right. So let's take a quick look and see what 401 Games, what their price is for Gloomhaven today. Now I will not deny that I've already perused the store here a little bit to see some things. Okay, so their price was $132 Canadian. It is right now $119. So we are actually saving about $15, $13 by buying it now. If we were to do so, that is actually a solid deal. And as you'll see, it's literally $1.50 more than it is in the US. So, anyone, there one key thing, if you are from the US and thinking, wow, I'm going to buy this game from 401 Games, it doesn't ship to the USA. They will not ship this to the USA. It's too big. They do have a good shipping policy, and like in Canada, their flat rate shipping is like $10, which is cheap. So yeah, so there we go. Gloomhaven, great price at 401 Games. Price at Amazon. All right. So our next game that we are looking for, Pandemic Season 1. Got it. Stupid Google Sheets. All right. So we are going to search Pandemic Season 1. No, so Pandemic Legacy Season 1 was $60 prior to Black Friday. I don't remember where that is, but it can't even be had for $60 today. So Amazon is charging us $63 for the red and $69 for the blue. Now Board Game Co. has it for $42. So I don't know why these ones are on the top. Like, that doesn't make sense. But that looks like the best price. So $42, Board Game Co. Let's visit that store. And close these Gloomhaven tabs. See, condition, very good. Continue shopping. Legacy games should not be selling in very good condition. Legacy Elements Untouched. That's just bunk. No. Board Game Co., you go away. So yeah, no one, it's actually not available on sale. It is not, you're not going to find it cheaper than $63 right now. So Amazon.com is giving us a brand new one on sale. Now, this is one of my issues. So if we look at the price history of this, Insight price history. So it's come down. It's not awesome. So $63 is the Black Friday price for Pandemic Legacy. It is not a savings. So I'm not going to bother putting, well, might as well put where I found it. People might say, well, you know what? I still want to get Pandemic Legacy Season 1. Don't care that it's too much. So now, if we come back here, we're going to check 401 games. Now, I am... All right. Pandemic Legacy Season 1. So we've got Season 1 red, $63 Canadian. It was $71 prior to, so yeah, it was $71 and that's what it was previously. So yeah, 63. So it is on sale. We can once again, we'll call it $64 at 401 games. So that's 2 in the W column for 401 games. Now for my American friends out there, this one will ship to the US. So you could pay 64 Canadian rubles, which is like what, $50? So it's arguably cheaper to order it from 401 games and support my new favorite local gaming store. Local being small Canadian retailer. All right. Brass Birmingham. Honestly, I've got my buddy Andrew who's been bugging me to play this game, and I mean, I would like to have played it. Oh, whoa. Ugh. Reset. So yeah, scroll wheel, mouse, plus control. So Brass Birmingham starting at $50. So $68 was, whoa, what the? Let's go Brass. Search. Brass Birmingham. Okay, this is taking me not. Don't like that. Let's just search by Brass. Brass. There's Birmingham, Lancashire. Lancashire. All right, so not helping me here over on boardgameprices.com. Thought I saw it. Here we go. Brass Birmingham. Top trending board games, right? So they obviously are not perfect. So let's check Amazon.com. Brass Birmingham. So it was $68, and I believe this was an Amazon price. It is $69 today. Wow. 69. And that's on Amazon. So yeah, I'm really sorry to my American friends that you are not getting what I would call sales on your top board games. All right, Brass Birmingham currently is $67, same price, so no difference here. So we're just gonna grab that. Click here, and this is 67. So there's no difference on Brass. So our number 3 in the top 10 board games is the same price here that it was yesterday, effectively, right? So this is a key thing. So like, and when I'm doing my sale videos like this, I want to be clear. It's not just about finding the best thing or finding it. It's recognizing that this stuff isn't necessarily a sale. Like, we've found some good stuff. I mean, we're three games in, and arguably we found $7 off and $15 off. So some pretty solid, like 10% discounts effectively. That's actually exactly what we're seeing here. We're seeing 10% off, but not on brass, which is interesting. I'm curious as to why this one is not getting that 10% discount over at 401. But I will tell you that my experience has been 401 Games is already the cheapest that you're going to find most of these games in Canada. So if they're putting it on a further discount, then it's win, 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 win for everybody. Maybe not for their numbers. I don't know. That's their problem. They're the ones who put it on sale. Terraforming Mars. All right. I've probably played more Terraforming Mars in the last year. Now this is just a base game because there's obviously like buckets and buckets and buckets of why is this? All right. So $55. Did they like change? Like seriously, like I was playing with this and it's changed since I started looking. Terraforming Mars. Search. Yep. All right. So Terraforming Mars. It was $55 prior to Black Friday. We are seeing Game Nerds, who is a Board Game Atlas sponsor. Yeah. Okay. So let's go down here. Amazon has it for 41. If we go here, Amazon, Terraforming Mars. This is Amazon.com. Be here on Tuesday if I wanted it. So we are at the first real win for American board game buyers. $14 off by buying Amazon or buying Terraforming Mars from Amazon. All right. And over here at 401 Games, our Terraforming Mars has come down. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So again, 10% off. So we are going from $62 to 50. Let's just call it 56 over at 401 Games. So that is quite reasonable. All right, Twilight Imperium, 4th edition. This is, my understanding is this is a beast of a game. Twilight Imperium. Wow, that's... 2nd edition. This looks like 4th edition. Prophecy of blah, blah, blah. That's a Prophecy of Kings expansion. The base game. All right, so let's go. Amazon.com. Twilight Imperium, 4th edition, is still $113. No change. Now, could this be found cheaper elsewhere? Let's do a little bit deeper on this one. So, Twilight Imperium 4th edition. I go to Board Game Geek, which is where I got the prices originally. Market. It's $120 from that seller. So yeah, so it's not getting much cheaper than that, at least according to Board Game Geek. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we are looking at $113 from Amazon being the best price. Now it was $178 Canadian at 401 Games. Twilight Imperium 4th edition. It is a pre-order here because I don't think it's actually released. And there's been no change. It is still $178. So no love for Twilight Imperium from anybody. Sorry, Mike. My buddy Mike Harley Dawson. Don't know if he watches this. He should. Huge Twilight Imperium fan. He'd probably tell me that Twilight Imperium 4th edition is some sort of abomination because it doesn't take 12 hours to play. Because he invited me. He's the one who invited me, and they literally spent like the entire morning setting stuff up. They have like this huge banquet of food. Him and some buddies get together to play. Super tempting, because don't get me wrong, I love those deep strategy games. I think that they can be a ton of fun, but it's also crazy complex, and what he does to make it go is fun. It's cool, but yeah. So Through the Ages, new story of civilization, was $57 prior to Black Friday. We can apparently find now $50 on Amazon. Cool Stuff Inc. has it for $50. Fun Again Games. You know what? I just want to go and check out this store. Fun Again Games. $49.95. Through the Ages, a story of new civilization. Purchasable by PayPal. Awesome. It's in stock. This is the first win for my American friends that did not have to go to the House of Bezos. All right. So, Civilization. Through the Ages, a story of a new story of civilization. Wow, it should not be that difficult for me to say that. Anyway, Through the Ages, a new story of civilization at 401 Games. My Canadian retailer of choice is $56. That is, as we have seen consistently, a 10% discount over the price from yesterday. Well, earlier this week, because I did not do the price shopping yesterday, per se. I did it last weekend, actually, so almost a week ago. So we have consistently seen... Oh, is this an expansion? I don't know. It was number 4 on the list. I will be honest, I have not played this one. But let's find Through the Ages. What's the regular price on this business? They don't have Through the Ages here at all. Yeah. What's that? Oh, I lost my... Through the Ages. Oh, link you posted was an expansion. Ah. Okay. Through the Ages, it is not an expansion. I have not played. It's there's a lot of games that have come out that I've... Oh, hi, Jason. My buddy Jason Wywall, who is currently in the frozen tundra of, well, it's like it's St. Albert, which is like north of Edmonton, northeast of Edmonton. For those who don't know Canadian geography, I am not great at the specifics there. But anyway, yeah, so our next topic for those looking, the Gaia Project. This is another one of those games that I was not aware of prior to taking a peek at the top 10 board games on BoardGameGeek.com. And if you're looking for something new, I highly recommend that you do that. That's a great place. Obviously, people love these things. North of Edmonton, yeah. I knew that. I couldn't remember if it was like just north or northwest, northeast, because there's also Spruce Grove, which isn't so far away from you. All right, so we are at $100 for the Gaia Project prior to Black Friday. And Funny games. You know what? I'm just going to search for the Gaia Project here. $82. So that's $83 in stock. You know, this does look like one that I might want to pick up. New game in the line of Terra Mystica. As an original, 14 different factions live on different kinds of planets. Okay, so it's a... Okay, that... Cool. I've played Terra Mystica. Terra Mystica is fun. Has some strong balance issues, I would say. So hopefully this has balanced it a bit more. But I would definitely be willing to give this a shot. Anyway, so we were looking at $100 prior to Black Friday for the Gaia Project. We've got it for 83 here. It apparently can be had at Game Nerds, assuming it's new, because some of these have been used. So this is new. Game Nerds is $70. That's... Oh, and it can be played solo. There's an automata. Nice. All right, so we're looking $70. We have hit another 69. We'll just put 69 as the price, because that makes people smile. And we're gonna look for the Gaia Project here. Gaia Project. Search. Gaia Project is $95 here, which falls in line with our 10% off that we are seeing on these top games here. The most popular games. Now we will take a quick look, because 401 Games does have a 50% off and 20% off sale, which includes some great games that I am familiar with. But we're next going to take a look. Star Wars Rebellion. So this is... I was surprised to see this on the list. I will be completely honest. I had not realized that this was still actively a thing. But it's a great looking game. For sure. But it was $75 prior to Black Friday. Fun Again Games has it for $85. eBay, yeah, we're not going to find it. I don't think we're going to find it for $75. I think that was a low price. That was being lowballed on Amazon. So this is their Ding and Dent. Oh, Ding and Dent section. Ding and Dent. So presumably this is a banged up box. Still new as far as I know. So it can be had for $81 right now at Fun Again Games in the Ding and Dent section. If we check the over here and we go Star Wars Rebellion, $119. So this is not on sale. So it is out of stock right now. That could be part of it. So one of the great things that I do like about a place like 401 Games, and it kind of happens with Amazon, but I don't think they do a good job of it, is notification. So with this, you can sign up for notifications, say, let me know when this is back in stock. And I've got a number of things on my wish list that are not in stock right now. And then they'll let you know. They'll send you an email. I do think that the best one, honestly, the one that I appreciate the most, as much as it may feel a little spammy at times, is B&H Video. If you're looking for some electronics or whatever, so for instance, I was looking for a Go XLR Mini, which I got, and I'm so happy. Got new Rode Pod mic. Oh, condenser or dynamic microphone. It's lovely. And I've got my lovely XLR unit, which I can play, and it's got sliders and just makes my steampunk love go, because who doesn't love sliders that actually do things? Anyway, they'll send you emails every 2 weeks on the status, so you don't forget that you're on their list. Twilight Struggle is our current search. This is again one of those kind of Cold War, wow, a little topical for my liking right now, along the pandemic side. So anyway, we were looking at $55 prior to Black Friday. Game Nerds, which I just opened in a new, so they've got it for $42. I just want to check out my new favorite. Fun Again Games. Twilight Struggle, it's unavailable, and it's $52. So we are winning here at $41 over, and it's appears to be in stock. So we're talking $42, and that is at Game Nerds. Go Gadget Game Nerds. That is some solid pricing. Now let's check it out. I'm gonna close that window now. And Twilight Struggle Deluxe Edition, $60. So it's a 2-player game. Take on the roles of game designed by Ananda Gupta and Jason Matthews. That's hilarious. I worked with a guy, Jason Matthews, and we programmed at the place I worked in an application language called Gupta. That is just, for me, it's hilarious. Jason Wywall, who is joining us in chat, would also probably get a chuckle out of that. So we are at 60. So we're again at that 61. Let's just call it $60. So again, at that 10% discount. So as a whole, we've done pretty good. We've got one more left, Great Western Trail, and then we are going to be kind of done our top 10 board games search. All right, so Great Western Trail. My friend Jess, who lives in Edmonton, has suggested this game. Great Western Trail, starting at $52. So out of stock at Game Nerds. So $119. So this was the price that I got from BoardGameGeeks.com. If you go to their top 10 website, they will have the games listed there along with their prices. So I just grabbed the prices that were there. I had assumed, probably inappropriately, that those were the best prices, but those were the prices listed on BoardGameGeeks.com about a week ago, last week when I put this list together. So we can now apparently get it at Card House. Let's see if it's legitimately available. Does not appear to be a used copy. So for $60. So this is more in line with what I expect to see the price, given that in Canada, I was getting a price of $70. So if I go back to 401 Games and search for Great Western Trail, the Eggertspiel edition, $63. So again, we are looking at that 10% discount. So while not everything was discounted, we'll call it 63. We did, as a rule, find that we could get most of the things that we were after on a pretty reasonable discount. So I'm pretty stoked about that, because that's solid. I will say that I have had a lot of Black Fridays where I go take a look at stuff, and those prices are not quite so competitive. Twilight Imperium, of course, being one of the few exceptions. And Through the Ages, I think, actually went up. No, I put the price in wrong. It's 56. So, there we go. Top 10 board games. Can you get them at a discount? Plausible. Yes, you can get some of them at a discount. Some of them you cannot. And I'm quite happy to say that you can get some better deals if you look at places like Funnigan Games, Game Nerds, or 401 Games, and just generally shun the House of Bezos. You may pay some shipping prices, but honestly, supporting a smaller retailer is worth that additional price if you can afford it. I get that not everyone can afford it, and if you've already got your Prime deals or whatever, that's fine. But and I mean, don't get me wrong, I've given Bezos way too much money this year. Because I don't go out, stay here. I haven't shaved in days. I haven't shaved, whatever. Role-playing games. Yes, that is our next quest. Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, Monsters Manual. So, I could start. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Fun Again Games as a starting point for these role-playing games. Let's just search D&D. All right, Player's Handbook. So we've got Player's Handbook right now is $40. And that is at Fun Again Games. So we'll drop that in there. And I'm just going to go ahead. Let's see if the evil ones can do the thing. You know what? It's not helpful. D&D Players Handbook, 5th edition. It's a bundle with dice. Adventures bag. I'm gonna come. What is this? Oh, damn. All right, so that's going on my wish list. And then I'll move it over to my Amazon.ca thing. Always dangerous. So what we've got here is a great little bag that holds 4 to 8 books, sheets, reference materials. It's got storage for. It's got a built-in hero vault, so you can put your dudes, loot pouches. Wow, this is awesome. And what is this? What's this thing? I am a sucker for organizers because I'm the least organized person going. All right, so assuming at some point that we will again be able to gather to play these games in person, this is cool. But I got distracted, as I do, because shopping online is dangerous. So it looks like the only options are these editions with Chessex dice or like a bunch of extra crap, like a complete Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition with D&D dice and complete printable kit, D&D core rulebook, email bonus pack we send you print, how to roll dice to get best results. Like, what kind of bunk is this? 6 dice sets, 6 extra bags. I just want the Player's Handbook. Can I not buy just the Player's Handbook? It should not be that hard. Ooh. See, I have these cards, and I've been looking for a way to store them. So we're going to add that to my wish list. I'll be coming back and doing some other shopping later. Yes, Jason speaks the truth. If you are looking for the paper editions, the local game store, and I can show you some of these because I have bought as many of the special editions as I can. I cannot see my camera right now, so I have no idea how in focus this is. So this is the Player's Handbook. It is glorious. It will not be on sale, as Jason said, but it is the business. These are honestly some of the most beautiful books that they've published. They usually don't cost a lot more. The best shops won't charge you more for them. So for instance, 401 Games, let's check. They might actually have it. Role-playing games, 5th edition. They sometimes, like, I pre-ordered, so Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which is the latest book. I pre-ordered this. It's on sale right now, so it's at a discount over what I paid. But it was the same price. Like, you can see the same price here. Dungeon Master's Guide is $50. They don't have the... Don't know if they've got the special edition, because they do sell out. Players Handbook's $50. 100%. If you can get to your local game store, check your local game store, and that's a fair thing for all of this stuff. Check your local game store, regardless. Always check your FLGS. I just don't really have one right now. That's kind of my issue. And part of that is during the pandemic. Like, realistically, I want to be able to pre-shop, make sure it's there before I go there, and none of my local shops are doing that, which, bad on them, frankly. All right. So yes, if you're looking for the paper books, go there. If you don't have a favorite local gaming store, or so, for instance, my girlfriend's niece, lives in Fort Nelson. Don't really have good options. So this is an option if you live in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, fun again, $40. I don't know that it's going to be any better. You know where I do want to check, though? We'll close some of these. I don't need... I'm not going to even shop Amazon.ca. The House of Bezos in Canada is not getting any of my geek money today. Maybe next week when I see if I can pick up those cool things I've found on the US one. I will look for other places. But I wanted to check Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast Dungeons and Dragons. They don't actually sell most of their stuff online. Products. Tabletop RPGs. I don't think you can actually order direct from Wizards. They want you to go to their retailers, which I am good with. Because that is sometimes a bunk thing. Games Workshop, pay attention. But you might also, if your local game store doesn't have the really cool edition, sometimes you can find them here. It's not guaranteed by any stretch. No. All right. We're going to carry on. So 5th edition, we were grabbing the price of the Player's Handbook in Canadian dollarinos. Dungeon Master Guide. These are going to be pretty standard prices. Honestly, it's not... these prices don't fluctuate a lot here in Canada for these books. Just to be clear, that's been my experience in years and years of playing. The Monsters Manual is also $50, which is about as good as it's going to get. It's not the cheapest, and honestly, what winds up happening is you can even check local booksellers like Barnes and Noble. They'll have these things too occasionally, and sometimes at a good price. Again, I would highly recommend that you try as much as possible, especially with your D&D stuff, to check your local retailers. They would very much appreciate it, I am sure. I know my buddy did. Before things went sideways. Okay, I got those backwards. Whatever. That's fine. Cool. So let's find these prices. We're gonna use Fun Again Games, role-playing games. They're going to be our US go-to. Descent into Avernus. See, these, you might even be able to get the alternate cover. No, not available. Players Handbook we've got for $40. Dungeon Master Guide, Monster Manual. These are all going to be $40. Again, these are not items that have, it's not like the board games and stuff, which sometimes can have weird markups going on, or because they go out of print, people jack up the prices. These are always available products. There's no supply and demand issues with them. They're going to be $50 to $55 Canadian and $40 to $50 US, depending on your retailer. Your local retailer may have better sales. They're definitely more inclined to provide a better sale price than the online community. Because if you're already shopping online, the concern is you're going to go and you're going to buy something crazy like the edition with all of the bits and bobs from Amazon. All right. Tabletop RPGs. Let's take a look at the alternative Pathfinder, 2nd edition. All right. So, once again, if you are a Pathfinder player, we're going to be looking at we got Players, Gamemaster, Beastiary. So, Players is $49. The Beastiary. So this is interesting. So they got a pocket edition Beastiary, which is like $26. That's kind of awesome. But 2nd edition Beastiary, we're looking at the hardcover. It's $45. And the Dungeon Master Game Mastery Guide is $51. Can someone tell me the difference? So I will not deny that I am far from being an expert on Pathfinder. And I do get that they've got like this core rulebook. I don't know what the difference between the core rulebook and the other books are. So this is all going to be a 401 game. So Game Mastery Guide. Now they do have special edition with fancy covers. And again, go check it out at your local shop if you can. Give them a shout. Be better than me. It's one of those do as I say, not as I do situations. I could call Nerd Haven. I could call House of Cards. But I don't. Frankly, I'm just like, and honestly, I won't deny a big reason that I went to my FLGS is because I had, over the 15 years that I shopped there, become very close friends with the owner. He is now one of my closest friends, which is awesome. If you're looking for the digital Pathfinder, Humble Bundle often has great deals. Okay, that's a good thing. So if you're looking for digital content, we'll talk about digital content in a moment, but thanks, Jason, for pointing that out, because absolutely, Humble Bundle is a great place to look for additional deals, especially this time of year. And you can, they have like this discount program if you aren't familiar. Often it supports charity of some variety. And for some of the giveaways that I have going on for my Extra Life charity, which is a great time. So I'm going to take a moment just to talk about Extra Life. So if you're watching the stream, obviously you can see that in the lower bar right around here, I've got this bar with a control pad with wings on it. That is for Extra Life, which is a charity that supports children's hospitals around the world. And I have decided to use them to raise money, or not use them. I'm going to help them raise money for BC Children's Hospitals. That's also the thing above my head. That's also the bar. Unfortunately, sometimes the plugins don't work. So I've got two of them. But the deal I have going on right now is I'm raising money till the end of the year. Whoever makes the biggest donation to Extra Life, to my Extra Life program, will receive a copy of Stellaris Galaxy Edition that I bought through Humble Bundle. The second most donate-ish person will get a copy of Among Us. I've been trying to give these away for a little bit in various ways, but ultimately that has been the decision that I have made, is that they're going to go to the number 1 and number 2 donations. The current top donator is my buddy Matt, because not only did he donate a considerable amount of money out of the gate, he also provided me with some giveaways. I did on my Twitch stream a couple weeks ago some giveaways regarding the Space Marine Heroes Volume 3, and the money raised from people who donated to receive those adds to his total. Not any longer. It was only the stuff on that stream that adds to his total. Donations after the fact now just are donations. But the idea is that you can donate, and it's a bit of a game. Top donation is going to get some cool swag. I also have some other crazy game that I'm just going to randomly give to one of the donations, called like some sort of ninja game. I don't know. It was on Humble Bundle for like $3. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. Anyway, if you want to donate, go ahead. There's I don't have a link in the description. I will put a link in the description later. Or you can check out the All About the Geek Facebook page. And so facebook.com/allaboutthegeek. And there is definitely a link there to the donations right now. So check it out. It's a great charity. And the thing that I like best about it is that the money goes directly from you to them, not through me. So you don't have to worry about me taking that money and running off to Brazil with it or something. I wouldn't go to Brazil. It's too hot. If I'm going to run away with money, I'm going to go to like Bavaria. They have excellent food, great beer, and it doesn't get as hot there. It's like here. It's like temperate like here on the west coast of BC. Not temperate like St. Albert, which isn't temperate at all. Anyway, after that diatribe, Pathfinder, role-playing games. Let's just go. Oops. Pathfinder here at Fun Again Games. And they don't have the books. Does not look like they have any of the books. All right. So let us try. Pathfinder 2nd edition at the House of Bezos. All right. Pathfinder, Volume 2. Oh, that's a core rulebook. Adventurer's Guide, $42. That is a heck of a link. And then, and we've got Game Mastery Guide. We got Pathfinder 2. See, there's a Game Mastery Guide. Hardcover, that's $30. That's actually probably a solid price. Again, I am not as familiar with the Pathfinder. Yes, I have been to St. Albert. I can attest to Jason's comment that it is beautiful there, but it is temperate in a different way, because you guys get much colder, being many, many miles north, kilometers north latitude than I Because I am basically on the US-Canada border at the 49th parallel, and they are what, like if I were to drive straight north, it'd be like 8 or 10 hours north of here. But they get beautiful snow. I've been there in the fall, and it is quite lovely. I will not deny that. 32.50. Let's just call it 33. All right. So we've done role playing, we've done board games, and now to look for the tabletop business. So yes, you know what's sad. So I know Jason because we worked together. I worked for a company that did software for the city that he works for, and now I work for a municipality here in BC. And I did get to visit. I would have liked to have had the opportunity to visit more. I would have been up there actually in the winter to start off your implementation had my mom not passed away, actually. All right, so Games Workshop products are interesting because there's like rules around discounts for them, but that doesn't mean that, and those rules have tweaked somewhat. So 40K starter sets, starting with Canadian, the Command Edition. I picked the Command Edition specifically. So yeah, so no discount is available, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't find discounts available on these, because Games Workshop has some pretty strict rules, and people who severely undercut online can lose their access to this. So I'm not actually anticipating any sales on Games Workshop products. That being said, I am going to take a look online. So Warhammer 40K Command Edition. Command Edition starter set is $140 US. Now, if I go to Games Workshop, Warhammer 40K, start here. The Command Edition from GW is $195. It is currently $165, which is $30 less by purchasing it through 401 Games. Already a great price. Now let's go gamesworkshop.com and delivering to the United States. So the way that it works now with Games Workshop is that you can't order from non-jurisdictional places. So it is $165 US. So the US, so the Command Edition of Warhammer 40K from Amazon is a $25 savings over purchasing it direct from GW. And I'll be honest, I don't see a difference in purchasing from GW and purchasing from Amazon. However, check your local retailers. As I've pointed out, here in Canada, so let's put the regular price up here, $165. US, this is $195. Here in Canada, that my best bet to get this would be to go to a lot of my local retailers do sell this at the Games Workshop price or at like a 10% discount. So Command Edition. I picked the Command Edition because this is like you can actually play out of the box with this. Because you get terrain, you get models, you get the rules, everything you need. I think it's a great value personally for everything you get in there. And then Games Workshop, if we go Age of Sigmar. Now, I wasn't sure what the best, I think War of the Souls, Soul War, so that's 190 is the Canadian dollar value, and in US terms, our starting set is 160. 160. All right, so Amazon.com, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, Soul Wars thing. There we go. $136 from the Bezos machine. And over here, Games Workshop, Age of Sigmar, starter sets. War of Souls is 161. Which is, you know what? That's, again, we're talking a $30 discount over what you're going to pay for it at Games Workshop. All right. Our last item on the list, Star Wars Legion core set. So, Star Wars Legion core set is, now I'm using the base core set, not the Clone Wars core set. Both are great, but I had decided that this was the one I was doing. $75 US here. I don't know what that relates to. So let's check Fun Again Games. Do they do tabletop games? Let's go. Star Wars Legion. Star Wars Legion core set, $72. There we go. Beating Bezos. Once again. Love it. Love it, love it. So core set. Again, a great game that can get you started out of the box. If you are a Star Wars fan and you like tabletop games, Star Wars Legion is where it is at. And I highly recommend it. It's got a great mechanics. I've only played once. I want to play some more, and I will be playing some more. And then doing a comparison between Star Wars Legion and 40K and why each is better and the best game to play. I don't think that there is a clear winner, frankly. They're both great games. Now, tabletop games, Fantasy Flight, Star Wars Legion, $119. This is the default price. So $119. I am going to, because I know that it can be had for less. Star Wars Legion. $100 currently at the House of Bezos. So this is the one time that my buddies over at 401 Games do not get the win, unfortunately. And I know even local retailers have sold this. I believe I paid $95 for my copy at my FLGS. So like we were talking about with the physical books for D&D, it's always worthwhile. And I would 100% encourage you for anything on the list. So let's just bring this list back up here. So here is the list of the targeted items that we were looking for Black Friday. All of these links will be posted in the video description shortly. But the key thing here is to remember that with all of this, it's critical you check your favorite local gaming store, check your local retailers first, give them a phone call, check, see if they've got online inventory. Most of them are doing curbside pickup. If you don't want to go into shop, I'm sure if you call them and say, hey, I'd like to buy the core books for D&D to give my kid for Christmas, or for my cousin or whatever, they would be happy to hook you up and put it in a bag, and you can just walk in, pay, and leave, much like you do with your Starbucks. So I said that once we had done this list, the next thing to do was to take a quick look at the Steam sale. I am, as I have mentioned before, yeah, I've got a problem. My library of games is massive. And frankly, as much as Battle Block Theater and On the Precipice of Darkness 4 and Darkest Dungeon and Battletech and all these are here, I've spent most of my time recently playing Civ 6 because not only is it just a great game, but they are giving us new content every month, which is awesome. New content, some of it's free, some of it's paid if you bought the whatever they called it, their Frontier Pass, which I did. How many games do I own that I've never installed? On that are not installed on this computer, or I've never installed on any of my machines, because I mean I've been using Steam almost since the beginning, and I mean some of these games I have installed and just taken off or played on other games. So for instance, I don't have Civ 4 installed on here, but I've got I don't know how many hours. I don't know if they count it. Like Civ 4 says 1 minute, which is Civilization 4 Warlords. Like this is the fact it says like Beyond the Sword. It says I got 17 hours in all time and played. I'd say it's probably realistic that 40% of the games on here not even. It's probably like 20%. So for instance, like the Dawn of War series, like I played all of the, except for Dawn of War 3, like all of the, like Dawn of War 2 especially, like I've got hundreds of hours of playtime in these, and they're linked to my account, but I played them from physical media before they were available through Steam. So that's part of it. And there's a couple, like some of like the free ones, like Tomb of Annihilation, like Tales of Candlekeep and Sword Coast Legends. I haven't played a lot. Squadrons I haven't played near as much as I want to, largely because I have found that I need to label my my throttle so I know what the buttons do. But yeah. So with Steam, getting a bit focused again with my Steam problem. So how I address my Steam problem is when they do sales, I only look at my wish list. What on my wish list is on sale, and then I use this sorter to sort by discount. So your top discount things are up at the top. This is more a tips and tricks for managing your Steam habit. So I generally, with the Steam sales, if it's not at least like 50% off, it doesn't count. Tabletop Simulator and all official game modules are on sale right now. I should take a look at that because I do have Tabletop Simulator installed. So right now we've got Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I mean it's a 4-year-old game, but you can get it for $7. Obviously I've got like anything related to Warhammer 40k on here. I probably will never buy some. I should probably clear some of those off my list. King's Bounty, Crossworlds. I don't even, like, a buddy of mine recommended this, but I have not picked it up. Fallout New Vegas. Honestly, you can buy this for $3 almost any time. Totally worth it if you haven't played it. Mass Effect. Mass Effect is an interesting one, and I had thought about this leading up to this because we know that coming in this spring, we're getting a Mass Effect remastering the Mass Effect, and I'm super pumped for it. Civ 6, the New Frontier Pass will be done by then, and I'm gonna put Civilization to bed for a little bit, and I'm gonna be playing. I may even my Sunday night World of Tanks stream may become Mass Effect, just because damn, it's great storytelling. I'm curious to how much they're changing, how much they're updating the controls for Mass Effect 1. They have said that's one of the reasons why we're not going to see it till the spring. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, all the Mass Effect Andromeda looked great, played great. Honestly though, could have been any game, like it was, if it didn't have a Mass Effect title, it would have been, I think it would have been well received as a great sci-fi role-playing game. But you put Mass Effect on it and that sets a bar. And it's the top hairs on its bouffant hairdo, like those, like a really big kind of like flock of seagulls thing happening, that brushed against the bar. That's what Mass Effect Andromeda is to me. Still a great game. If you label it anything else, you call it Distant Stars Deluxe Edition, whatever. It's probably like a top 10% game. You put Mass Effect on it, that bar gets set. Oh, this is Mass Effect. Now you're talking, it's this huge thing. Well, now it's going to get lower reviews if it doesn't at least hit those key high points that Mass Effect players expect. And I'll admit I'm one of those. So here we are. We are at 60%. So top games right now that are possible. So we've got Marvel's Avengers. I'm glad I didn't buy this. It's on my list. It's tempting to remove it. I'm waiting to see what they do with the DLC. I was going to buy it because I thought it looked like a great idea. I didn't buy it when they announced that the Miles Morales or the Spider-Man DLC was going to be PlayStation exclusive. PlayStation, you can go and yourself, because frankly, your exclusives piss me off. Anyway, so Marvel's Avengers, I'm taking a wait and see. Frankly, if you're interested, if you think it's something you want to play, wait until the Steam winter sale. I suspect that this could go as high as a 75% discount at that point. It's not got great reviews. Yes, it's like only 2 months old at this point, 2.5 months old. But like the online portion, the online community is virtually non-existent for the online play. So I suspect, unless Square Enix does something quickly to address the situation, this price is just going to go down. Don't buy Marvel Avengers right now. Outer Worlds, great game by all accounts. Have not played it. My boss really enjoys it. So Shane gives it 2 thumbs up when he gets a chance to play. $40, it's not bad. Again, 50% is the minimum that I consider to be a sale on a Steam sale. I have high standards, and the fact of the matter is I've got buckets of games. Like, you have to set a limit for yourself, or else you wind up with like hundreds or thousands of games that you're just never going to play. Control is a game that I'm interested in giving a chance, but I have a threshold. This has to come to like $20, and that's another thing. So we're at 50%. So I'm still lots of Stellaris stuff. I need to play more Stellaris, but I probably will flesh out that these DLC first for a 3-year-old game. Smash Up. So here is one that I'm kind of excited for. So $4. It is a quick, fun game. To play with people. I have not played it online, but it is one of those things that you can do. So we got Mass Effect, King's Quest Collection, and now we're getting into that 40% off. So anything less than 40% or anything less than 50%, now it's about dollar value. The discount needs to drive it below $15 for me to think of it as a deal. So for instance, Monster Hunter Worlds, 2-year-old game, 34%. I know this will hit 50%, or I'm pretty positive something like this will hit 50% in the winter sale. So I'm going to bypass that. But other things like expansions, like DLC is a great thing to buy at 30% off, because it may not go on a better deal, or wait and see at, like, again, the autumn sale is like, hey guys, here's a chance for us to take a bunch of your money before the winter sale. where we're going to put all this stuff on sale for the same price or maybe cheaper. So you got to be really cautious. If you don't have anything that you need to play right now, if you're not like desperate for something new to play, then, you know, walk away from anything that isn't, if you're not desperate for something new to play, walk away from anything that isn't at least 60% or 70% off. It's just not worth it. Among Us for $5. Like, I haven't played it, but it is like the game to play. If you are into this sort of thing and watching streams, apparently the leader of the official opposition party here in Canada, Jagmeet Singh, is going to be playing with AOC, Alexandria. I'm really bad with her name. Congresswoman Alexandria Cortez from the United States. They're going to be playing today at 4 o'clock Pacific time on Twitch. I'm sure if you search for it, you will find it. It's making the news. It's going to be hella fun. Yeah, I'm going to pick up a copy for myself soon. Probably on the sale because it's like $5. What the heck? And Humankind, like, this is not being like, this is a pre-order on sale. This is one of those things where when pre-orders go on sale, I kind of go, oh, that's kind of cool. But you also be careful. Like, I pre-buying video games. I made that mistake with Necromunda. I pre-bought Necromunda and it disappointed me substantially that it was so much online. I didn't pay close attention to it, and that's probably my own fault. But pre-buying is your own risk. Although this Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, 100% would pre-buy. Cyberpunk 2077, probably pick it up on release date. We'll see. But then we're out of the sales, and now we're just getting commentary from me about video games. So, quick review of the Steam Autumn Sale. Use your wish list to decide if you should buy it. If it's not at least 50% off, it's not really a sale, because it'll go on, like, things go on 30% off all the time randomly. Publishers will put stuff on sale for cheap all the time. And if you aren't currently digging for something to play, like if you have not literally beaten every game you own, then you shouldn't be looking for anything less than 70 or 75% off. So like, oh, I want to flesh out my Assassin's Creed list. I want to own all of them. So here, 75% off, it's $10. Sure. Oh, I could really use some Lara Croft action. There, $7. Great. But don't be fooled by, especially the 40% offs and even the 50% offs a little bit. Like, honestly, DLC bundles, almost guaranteed in a month's time, you'll be able to pick up the Stellaris DLC as a bundle for 50% off or more. They'll do like a Stellaris package at Christmas because the company who does Stellaris, which I believe is Paradox. Yeah. So Paradox 100% is a great company as far as doing great bundles. And there's already a bundle here for slightly better, the Ascension pack, where you get a bunch of the DLC as a bundle. Now it's a little bit cheaper for me because I already have purchased some of these things. Because when I bought Stellaris, I bought a bunch of the DLC right off the bat. But I've got like 2 hours into it. I need to play it some more. Anyway, that's it for Steam. So I did want to talk about some accessories for board games. And accessories for gaming and geekery in general. So my big accessory list comes in the form, and I found a great little site in Montreal for this. Broken Token does beautiful stuff. Honestly, some of the best items that are available for these things. Oh, cool. So Aspect on YouTube has a great guide on the best bundles to get in order of priority for Stellaris. So that is good because I need to check that out then. Figure out which pieces I should be getting. All right. Back to gaming. And this is where we're going to wrap up. Is we're going to talk about the what I think are the biggest accessories that you can look at. Now, this is all, of course, 100% optional. These are things that don't necessarily enhance the game, but they can make playing easier. And I am a big fan of the Broken Token organizers, box insert organizers, because they make it easier. So for instance, their deep water organizer. This is for arguably one of my favorite board games, Lords of Waterdeep, because it makes everything fit for the game and its expansions in one box. It allows you to put the cards, sleeved or otherwise, all in here organized, and gives you little trays for all of the bits and bobs. Makes setup and takedown way easy. Yes, it's expensive, $42. When you figure the base game is probably $60, the expansion's another $40. So you know, in total, you're looking at $150 to get all of the game and the organizer. The organizers are spendy, and that's why I say they're 100% optional. One of the best ones that they have done, and I swear they have TARDIS magic. Broken Token 7 Wonders organizer, compatible with 7 Wonders Armada. So this is the 7 Wonders base game plus all of the expansions in one. You can get them all into one box. I have it sitting under my desk over there. It's great. Or 3D print your own custom ones like I do. Yes, if you have a 3D printer, that is 100% a possibility. I do not have a 3D printer. Don't get me wrong, I would love one. I just do not have space for one. If I had space for a 3D printer, I would totally be making custom ones and sharing those designs with people online. Maybe selling them. I don't know. Side hustles. Whatevs. But at $36, if you only need a couple of them and you don't already have a 3D printer, this is a good solution. And actually, this is good pricing. Now, Broken Token itself does do a substantial Black Friday sale. And I picked up some items. Free mini Meeple crown with orders over $50 or more. That is hilarious. That's awesome. I kind of want the crown. I want the mini Meeple crown. Terraforming Mars expansions and upgrades. So this is a Mars box. So they do some really wicked stuff here, and they've got some great items. And this is almost becoming a favorite things video, which I may do yet at the end of the year. My favorite 2020 things or what have you. We'll see. But at any rate, they do have a Black Friday sale going on right now. And I just want to check out game box inserts. So just to go over some of the key ones that I think are really good in here and look at the price. So Betrayal at House on the Hill. This is a great organizer. One of the things that I love about this particular organizer is that it comes with this cool house that you put the tiles in. So you put your tiles for the various levels in there. So you don't just have your stack and you're like searching through all of them. It's a great option for this particular game. $30. It's a reasonable thing. I think it's totally a reasonable price. The other ones we talked about, the Lords of Waterdeep, or what they call the Deep Water Organizer. I think they can't call it Lords of Waterdeep because of copyright stuff. And the 7 Wonders is phenomenal. The other one that is also really good is Gloomhaven. So if you are a Gloomhaven player, this is one of the most expensive ones at $70. What can you get it on Owl Games? Is the Gloomhaven one in here? Broken Token. That's a good price on the Arkham Crate. Imperial Settlers, Gloomhaven is out of stock. I don't know if they've got the price listed here. $110 normally, which isn't bad. So $70, you can get it from Broken Token. This is a great organizer. If you've played Gloomhaven and you do not have a way to organize it, that is one of the best ones out there. And the other one is, I really wish they did a better legendary one. Their legendary, it's weak sauce, frankly, in my opinion. They could do better. But their organizer for Terraforming Mars is also great. Terraforming Mars and Caverna is another one where it's important to have the organization nice. So I think that's going to be it. We're going to call that the stream. Ugh. And I want to thank everyone for coming out, checking it out. It's been fun. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. As always, I stream every Sunday night, starting about 7:30 Pacific time, playing World of Tanks. Currently, that's the game that I'm playing. And there is also, you're already on the YouTube channel. More videos are coming. I'm working on a video to review the BattleTech Clan Invasion Kickstarter, because you can still become part of that. You have until December 15th. I've got my Wave 1 stuff product is sitting on a table behind me, where I have been taking videos of it, shooting B-roll for that. TLDR, get involved. If you like BattleTech, it's awesome. It's not perfect, but it's good. And I'm working on some other content, and trying to just get better at making content. So I'm less worried about how much I'm putting up and trying to make the content quality better. But thank you all for stopping in, and thanks to Jason for providing some great commentary as we went through and some suggestions. I will update the video description with the links to what I discovered shortly. Until next time, please remember to work your wonk, wash your hands, be safe, be kind, and remember to keep it geeky.